If you've been in my world for any length of time, you probably would have heard me say something on the lines of, there's two paths to shamanism. There's the path of a curandero or a healer, and there's a path of a brujo or a sorcerer. The path of a sorcerer is very easy. You just have to make a contract with an astral entity who pretends to give you power, and then you look like a great shaman, and everybody gives you all the adoration, the fame and the power and the money and the sex and everything else that you're looking for. But the path of a healer is different, and on that path we have to constantly be learning and growing, because it's an infinite path. There's always more to learn. On that note, I learned something very cool last week, and I don't know why it never came to me before, but it was an epiphany that happened during one of the classes that I was teaching. Last week we were talking about smudging and using a coal, burning a coal, and sending the smoke with your feathers to cleanse the energy body of a client, a recipient of your healing. In module 1 of the Shamanic Wisdom and Energy Healer training, we do talk about extracting negative energy. We don't call it negative energy, we call it unwanted energy, because negative energy is, or negative and positive, they're just concepts of the human mind, right? And different people can have different views upon what is positive and what is negative. But when we're talking about energy within a human body, there is some energies that are favorable or wanted, and there's some energies that are unfavorable, unwanted. So we would sometimes seek to extract unwanted energy. When we do that, we want to make sure that we put that unwanted energy somewhere responsible. Just like, in your everyday life, you dispose of your waste responsibly. You put, glass in the glass bin, you put metal in the metal bin, that kind of thing. So when we extract unwanted energy from someone who's receiving a healing from us, we need to put the energy somewhere. I've seen people in ceremonies just kind of throw it across the room, and I've watched other people pick up that unwanted energy and need to purge it and cleanse it from it. So as healers, we need to be really aware of all these subtle energies and what they do and where they go. So there's a few places we can put them. We can take that unwanted energy and we could put it in the earth. Mother Earth would just absorb that energy and kind of recycle it, a little bit like energetic compost. We could take the energy up to Spirit, and Great Spirit could take the energy and dispose of it somewhere else in the multiverse, or reuse it, recycle it to give life, nourishment to other beings in the multiverse. Sometimes we might put that energy into a fire, and fire is transformative. It will take any unwanted energy and just transform it into light and heat, good energy, positive energy, wanted energy. So the realization that I came to when we were talking about smudging is, like, you imagine you've got a burning bowl of coal in your hand, which is fire, and then you've got this tool, this feathers, and we're painting the smoke of the incense that we're working with into the aura of the person that we're working with. It depends on what the smoke is. Like sage, for example, is kind of antibiotic, antibacterial, anti-parasitic, and it gets rid of unwanted energy, basically. And by painting that into the aura, it cleanses the energy field. Other smokes do different things, but that's the essence, to clean the energy body. But sometimes when you're working, you might come across, there's some heavy energy there, there's some dark energy there, and that really needs to be taken out. And feathers are really good at moving energy, and I can show you how to do this. You can literally use the feather to pull out the unwanted energy from the person's energy field, and then what are you going to do with it? You got to put it somewhere. Well, there's fire in your hand. We can just drop the energy into the fire. I don't know why I'd never thought of this before. It was like, wow, of course. Pull it out, drop it into the fire. It's immediately transformed. And then you carry on. Then you can use the smoke to put the favourable energy back into the auric field, into the place of the energy that you've just extracted. But it's so efficient, and I love that kind of minimum effort for maximum effect, kind of Zen mindset of approach to this process. So you can actually perform an entire healing ceremony just around smudging. I'm just thinking of all the times we've gone to like ayahuasca ceremonies and started a ceremony with the smudging. That might be, if it's done properly, all the person needs in that night, and then they can have a beautiful ayahuasca ceremony with loads of visions, and you've just done the cleansing before they've even drunk their medicine. How cool is that? Anyway, happy to share that with you. Check out any links below, because there are always Shamanic Wisdom and Energy Healer trainings popping up from time to time, probably near you, otherwise online. And if you'd like to enter my world and learn more about this energy healing, and the way I teach, and these I was going to say apostrophes, these epiphanies that come up from time to time. I'm super happy to share these with you. Let's stay in contact. Let's do some work together. Have a beautiful rest of day. Nice to connect. Bless your heart. Bless your life. Oh.